What's good, y'all? My New York Knicks are up 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs against the 76ers. As you guys can see, I'm repping the shirt right here. I was at game 1. I just watched game 2 last night. It has been electric these first 2 games. After game 1, I was even on the news, which is pretty cool. I'll put up the clip right now.
I'm super excited. It was an amazing atmosphere in there going against the Sixers. It's going to be a good series. I'm excited for the rest. Let's go Knicks!
We have a commanding lead in this series, and I wanted to just, talk about the games. And the first guy that needs to be brought up when talking about this series is Josh Hart. Josh Hart, through these first 2 games, has arguably been the Knicks' best player. In both games, he dropped 20-plus points, hit 4-plus threes, had 13-plus rebounds. Like, he is stuffing the stat sheets, impacting winning, and just doing it all. Like I said, I was in MSG for game 1, which was an incredible experience, and Josh Hart, when he took over the fourth quarter, had the Garden jumping. I think going into the fourth, he only had 9 points. Like I said, he finished with 22 of them, hitting 3 threes in a row, I believe, including the dagger 3, where then he got hype with the crowd, was yelling at them, everyone was going crazy. And then to follow up that performance, in game 2, he had 21 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 threes, and played all 48 minutes. No pun intended here, but he really is the heart and soul of the New York Knicks. Without him, I guarantee you we would not be up 2-0 right now. We might honestly be down 0-2 because Jalen Brunson has been really struggling. I want to give credit to Kelly Oubre because he has been playing fantastic defense on Jalen Brunson. The extra length that he has over Brunson is really making him struggle. The Sixers are also sending doubles, triples. They want to make sure that Brunson is having the most uncomfortable time when he has the ball in his hands. And when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, they want to make sure he does not get the ball in his hands. And I want to give credit to the Sixers because they really are making him work for every single thing. And I know throughout the whole regular season, Jalen Brunson was a tough shot taker and tough shot maker. But a lot of these tough shots are not falling in the playoffs, and it's making him really struggle. He's not getting to the rim as easily, as he did throughout the regular season to get himself going, or knocking down the 3 ball like that. He hasn't been able to really solidify that yet. In these first 2 games, he shot 8 for 26 and then 8 for 29. Like, really out of the normal for Jalen Brunson. Hopefully he can get it going a little bit, but like I said, credit to Kelly Oubre because he is making him work. And I know Jalen Brunson has been the storyline for the Knicks this whole season, but the theme for the Knicks this whole season has been teamwork, togetherness, hard work, effort, and that is what has been shown throughout these first 2 games. Like I said, Josh Hart has stepped up incredibly these first 2 games, with Jalen Brunson struggling. Julius Randle obviously is out for the rest of the season. OG Anunoby has been not really too effective offensively this series yet, and Josh Hart has stepped up. But even beyond that, in game 1, man, Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson, oh my God, they get MVPs. They changed the whole landscape of that game. The whole momentum of that game changed when they entered. Deuce putting up 21 points off the bench while shooting 5 for 7 from 3 with a plus 37 plus minus in I think only like 21 minutes in the game or something crazy like that. He just came out and gave instant impact, stretching the floor, getting the crowd involved. Every single time he touched the ball, the crowd was giving him the Deuce chant. That was really fun to be a part of. He also played incredible defense on Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if I want to say incredible, actually, because Tyrese was just frying us the whole game, but he at least made him work for it. He matched up a little bit with his quickness. And that same game off the bench, Mitchell Robinson came in and gave the Knicks 8 points, 12 rebounds, 7 of which were offensive. He had 4 blocks, played incredible defense on Joel Embiid. Like I said with Tyrese, obviously Joel was frying us the whole game, but you have to at least make these players work for it. Don't let them just get the easy catch and shoot or, easy look at the rim. Late in the fourth quarter, Mitchell Robinson tied up Joel Embiid. They were both going for rebounds. Then they went to the floor. Mitchell Robinson was, holding on to that ball, getting the crowd involved like that too. That was a really hype moment. Then he went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. If you guys don't know, Mitchell Robinson, I think, shot like 30% from the free throw line this season, which is insane in its own right. But then to go 2 for 2 in, the playoffs, the fourth quarter of game 1, super cool to watch. Being a Knicks fan, watching Deuce and Mitchell Robinson, 2 second-round picks for the Knicks, really just being able to see them grow from these guys that really didn't look like they would be anything crazy in the league to now being solidified contributors to the number 2 seed in the playoffs It's really mind-blowing. Then in game 2, it was different role players that stepped up. This time, Dante DiVincenzo and Isaiah Hartenstein. Dante, obviously, he hit the game-winning shot. That was insane. One of the craziest sequences I've ever seen in basketball, period. He gave the Knicks 19 points, shot 50% from 3, making 4 of them. Competed all night on the defensive end. Just all around a really good game from Dante. I really do like the fearlessness, I guess you could say, of Dante, where he took that first shot, missed it. That would have gave the Knicks the lead, but Isaiah Hartenstein got the rebound. It swung back around to him. No hesitation, catch, shoot, knock down, and it was the game winner. You know, like, obviously when you're one of the best shooters in the league, you're gonna have to need like that irrational confidence. You know, we saw it with Klay Thompson, and now we're seeing it with Dante DiVincenzo, where he will just shoot it no matter where he is. And then Isaiah Hartenstein stuffing the stat sheet this game for the Knicks really came out in the third quarter and started just scoring, really helping the Knicks, you know, chip away at that lead or that deficit. He put up 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks, including the game-clinching block on Tyrese Maxey. Watching it live, I really thought that Tyrese was going to be able to get to the rim and really, you know, just lay that up, because his quickness has been really just torching the Knicks all game, all series so far. He's able to beat the first man that's guarding him, just get quick to the rim and put it up like that. But man, Isaiah Hartenstein with the recovery, pinned it off glass to really clinch the game. Of course, I already mentioned before, he had the offensive rebound that led to Dante DiVincenzo's game-winning three-point shot. The scoring was there, the playmaking was there, the defense was there. All around incredible performance from the Knicks in general, and especially Isaiah Hartenstein and Dante DiVincenzo. And I know there's some controversy about how this game ended for the Knicks. I want to just come out and say right now, objectively, yes, Tyrese Maxey got fouled when trying to inbound the ball. Jalen Brunson was grabbing his jersey. It definitely restricted him from being able to fully catch the ball. It was bobbled, then, you know, the whole sequence went down. Josh Hart stole it, blah, blah, blah. Game for the Knicks. There's a few things that I want to talk about real quick. First off, Kyle Lowry was really quick to grab the ball and go to inbound instead of, you know, kind of letting the play set up and let, like, the Sixers really be ready to inbound the ball, because I don't think they really were. Shout out to Tim Legler. I was watching ESPN this morning before our recording, and he brought this point out, which I didn't really think of, so shout out to Tim Legler. And then in the press conference, Nick Nurse was talking about how he was calling timeout. If you guys go back and watch the replay and just stare at Nick Nurse, when Kyle Lowry was struggling to get the ball in at first, he looked like he brought his hands up like this, and then he went like this once, but then like kind of brought his hands down, was like, all right, never mind, I don't want the timeout. That's when the ball was inbounded, it went into the air, and then Tyrese fell to the ground. As he was calling for timeout like that, Josh Hart had his hands on that ball. I think he waited a little bit late for that. He should have committed to calling the timeout before the inbounds was there. Then they could have advanced the ball up, had the whole 94 feet to inbound. If all of that happened, the Sixers probably win the game. So I know it's really easy to go and be like, oh, well, Jalen Brunson fouled. It was a missed foul. You know, the refs versus 76ers, blah, blah, blah. There's some fault to the Sixers. Also, if you want to go beyond that, box out Isaiah Hartenstein. Don't let him get the offensive rebound. Then when he falls to the ground, you know, get the jump ball, get onto the ball, whatever like that. Like, there's different mistakes throughout this game and throughout this just one play at the end of the game that you can look to see why the Sixers lost beyond just the missed call. And while we're on the topic of press conferences for the 76ers, Joel Embiid, I'm sorry, that was a really rough look for you in your press conference. To be looking like this at the ground, not even making eye contact with any of the reporters, saying, oh, we should be up 2-0 right now, we're going to win this series. I have no problem with him being confident. Obviously, no player's going to go, well, you know, chalk it up, we might as well get swept, we're losing, you know, like, no one's gonna do that, and I don't expect him to do that. If he left it as, we're gonna be fine, we should win these next few games, get back into it, I would have had no problem. But for him to say, we should be up 2-0, Joel, be real. That's some sore loser shit right there. And shout out to Tyrese Maxey, because he took accountability. He really went into his press conference, chin up, and was like, I shouldn't have lost the ball down there in the clutch. We should have not let up the offensive rebound down there in the clutch. It's fine. We'll move past it. We're getting ready for game 3, and we're going to come out strong. That is the perfect answer. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey. You know, he has a lot of my respect for going out there and just and keeping it real. Regardless though, I am super excited that my New York Knicks are up in the playoffs, up 2-0 right here. I was super excited that I was able to go to one of the games, my first MSG playoff game. I'm excited to finish out this playoff series and hopefully on to the next one if we can close it out against the Sixers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In the description, there's links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch y'all.